Students work best in small groups because they get one-on-one attention. And so the groups are 6 to 7 students, and Cardinal Time allows for every student to be in a small group for 30 minutes, which is so powerful for all the students to have. So when we do that, we can make that time to fill any kind of academic gaps that they have.
60, 70, 80, 90.
So this is our math intervention group that we call Cardinal Time. And right now, our students are learning about expanded form as an easy way to add 2-digit numbers. And so what I've noticed with like a year and a half of being at home, they really crave that concrete experience of like playing and touching with toys. So to touch those manipulatives and to actually show and represent the expanded form is like something I just want to saturate them with before we actually put it on paper.
What's my letter? So today we were doing our structured literacy small group intervention lesson. My students in this group have been working on their snap words. They are working on sounding out and decoding CVC words. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Miss Reynolds is gonna make a sound. I want you to write the letter, B, B, B. Okay, hold up your board. And we are also working on reading with fluency, being able to locate those CVC words and the snap words in our decodables. You wrote T-O, and you wrote T-O. You wrote T-W-O, what's this?
2.
What kind of 2 is this?
Well, I think one thing that's great about the intervention program that we're doing, it also is a collective effort by the entire staff, and that it is built right into our master schedule, so that it is something that we know is going to happen on a daily basis, 5 days a week, 30 minutes for math, 30 minutes for reading. And we're really excited about how it's working out so far.
It's actually going really well. I thought the transitions were going to be challenging, but the kids have learned how to transition out of my room into another teacher's classroom. They know exactly where they're going. They know when to come back. And then we have another teacher who comes in and she's working on a small group. I'm working on a small group. And when the time is over and we transition into our math intervention groups, the kids will put their things away, line up at the door, and they're off to their next interventions.
We are going to be doing some progress monitor meetings on a regular basis that we have them on our schedule. What we will do then is we'll come together with each team and the specialists that are also working with the students and take a look at the progress of the kids. And then we'll make decisions to say, do we keep them in this intervention or maybe we need to change it? And then also as far as placing our students in either an intervention or an enrichment group, we actually use data that we had at the beginning of the year, and that way we can measure progress. And then the students who already are progressing as expected in a certain subject, either math or reading, then they actually go to an enrichment group during that time. So everybody goes somewhere during Cardinal Time.
So they come to my class to learn an enrichment type activity. Once students no longer need an intervention, then they can come join an enrichment group.
We have so many different roles of people coming in to work together. For us to already be in this routine, the students know it, for us to know it, I really do think is making a huge impact.
What are we changing? We are removing the phoneme, the t. So we're manipulating and we're making stis to say sis. We are working on manipulating phonemes so that children learn at 3rd grade to be flexible with their reading and their writing. What phoneme are we changing?
The E.
The I to what?
To the O.
Give me the sound. Ah. Thus far, it's going well. We're doing our progress monitoring, and we're ensuring that the children are getting very strategic intervention based on their assessment to ensure that the children are working at the appropriate level and receiving the strategic work that they need. 2 R's. Can you do that?
So this is one of my 1st grade intervention groups. And right now we've been working on segmenting words orally, which is a really big precursor to being able to read books and read words. And then we moved into blending words, so looking at letters and recognizing that letter sound and being able to blend it into a word. M, and everyone do it. M, and can you blend it? What word do you have? So we are definitely using our data to target what our students need, and based on our screener data and our assessment information, this shows exactly, this is like pinpointing right where these kids need to be in terms of their understanding of learning how to read. I see this group every single day, Even when I have some interruptions in my schedule, I try and meet with them to ensure that we're building on what they're learning from lesson to lesson and getting a consistent lesson every single day.
So I'm working with some third graders right now, and especially when students get to third grade, they're reading a lot of longer multi-syllabic words. I want you to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're working on open and closed syllables. So it's important to have an efficient, effective strategy for students to break those words apart to be able to decode them successfully. So we try to piggyback our interventions off of what they're doing in the classroom. So you might have noticed we were tapping out the sounds in our words and blending, and that's a strategy that the students are using in their phonics program that they do with their classroom teacher every day. So we're piggybacking off of what they're learning in the classroom and giving them some extra strategies and supports that they can then take back and apply when they're working in their classroom.
This is really important because it's giving them, along with the whole group lesson that I do with foundations and along with our reading work that we do, this is just another opportunity for me to make sure that they know what they need to know for second grade and then build for third grade. So what animal is that? Ox. Which one comes at the end? Sock. Like everybody else, we were in the pandemic. We are a little bit behind, and so we are working in order to get our children back on grade level. You got it. You didn't write yet today. Yes. Look. Very good. Let's do another one.
Intervention is not just an academic thing, it's also a social emotional learning piece too, because the students need that one-on-one, face-to-face feedback from grown-ups. If anything, it's not just the math, but it's that interpersonal connection with adults, and we can't do that all the time in a whole group. So I think that in any school, intervention can be beneficial for students.
Doing the interventions in this manner, we are targeting the exact needs of the student. And I really think we're going to be able to take this to the next level and to show our kids especially that we have confidence in them, and I want them to build that confidence in themselves.